20 forgotten frozen dinners from the 1970s that were in everyone's freezer. Remember when frozen dinners meant more than just heating up leftovers? Back in the 1970s, every family freezer was packed with colorful boxes promising complete meals in minutes. From Salisbury steak with mystery gravy to exotic international dishes that brought the world to your TV tray. These convenient creations were everywhere, stacked high in grocery aisles, and considered the height of modern living, until better options and changing tastes made them disappear from our freezers forever. Let's take a trip back to the era of aluminum trays and explore 20 forgotten frozen dinners from the 1970s that were in everyone's freezer. The aluminum tray revolution. Nothing represented modern living quite like the aluminum TV dinner tray. Compartmentalized perfection that promised restaurant meals in your living room. These weren't just frozen foods. They were edible symbols of American progress. Space-age technology that liberated families from kitchen drudgery. 1. Swanson's Salisbury steak TV dinner dominated 67% of the frozen meal market in 1972. The original. The king. Mystery meat covered in brown gravy that somehow tasted like childhood. Aluminum compartment technology that kept food separated. Heated evenly. Made dinner foolproof. Cost 89 cents per meal. Sold 25 million units annually. Transformed family dining from formal tables to casual TV watching. Mothers could serve meat and potatoes without cooking skills, or time, or patience. 2. Swanson fried chicken TV dinner brought Southern comfort to suburban freezers. Breading technique that survived freezing. Reheating processes that should have destroyed everything, but somehow worked. Restaurant experience delivered to home ovens. Captured 23% of chicken frozen dinner market by 1975. Made fancy fried chicken accessible to families without cooking skills. Deep fryers, or courage to handle hot oil. 3. Banquet beef pot pie represented comfort food perfection. Meat, vegetables, and crust convenience in one aluminum package. Frozen pastry technology that created flaky crusts from freezer to oven. Homestyle cooking without time investment. Skill requirements. Kitchen disasters. Sold 15 million pies annually. Dominated pot pie category completely. Fed families who remembered grandmother's cooking, but couldn't replicate it themselves. But progress arrived. Microwave ovens made aluminum trays obsolete. Dangerous. Health concerns questioned processed meat content. Sodium levels that could de-ice highways. Fast food chains offered fresh alternatives with better quality. Today's frozen meals use plastic containers. Organic ingredients. Authentic recipes. But they lack the iconic aluminum presentation. The space-age optimism. The belief that science could improve upon tradition. Modern convenience lacks the dignity of those compartmentalized trays. The promise that technology meant better living. The excitement of dining in the future. The international invasion. The 1970s brought exotic flavors to suburban freezers. World cuisine reduced to aluminum compartments. Adventure for families who'd never left their hometown. These weren't just frozen dinners. They were passport stamps for people who thought Chinese food was too foreign. Until it came with instructions. 4. Chun King Chow Mein TV dinner dominated 89% of frozen Asian food market through 1976. Gateway drug to international cuisine. Separate crispy noodle compartment that maintained texture through freezing. Somehow, bean sprouts that survived flash freezing. Tasted like cardboard, but exotic cardboard. Made Chinese food safe for Middle America. No chopsticks required. No unfamiliar ingredients. Just familiar compartments filled with unfamiliar flavors. Cost $1.05. Delivered adventure without leaving the living room. 5. El Charrito Mexican TV dinner brought Tex-Mex to frozen format. Cheese sauce technology that melted properly after freezing. Engineering miracle that deserved scientific awards. Enchiladas that looked like enchiladas. Tasted like something. Captured 76% of frozen Mexican food market by 1974. Made Mexican food accessible to families who thought salsa was too spicy. tacos that couldn't fall apart, beans that wouldn't make you gassy, compromised authenticity for convenience. 6. Stouffer's beef stroganoff elevated frozen dinners to gourmet status. Sour cream sauce that survived freezing without separation. Technical achievement that impressed food scientists. Brought continental cuisine to families who'd never heard of stroganoff. Or continents. Premium pricing at $1.79. Attracted upscale frozen dinner market. Made sophistication accessible through aluminum packaging. European dining without European travel. Culture through convenience. But reality intervened. Authentic restaurants expanded beyond major cities. Real Chinese food made frozen versions taste like punishment. Taco Bell offered fresh Mexican alternatives. Cooking shows taught families to make authentic versions themselves. Today's international frozen meals use authentic recipes, real spices, traditional techniques, but they lack the novelty factor, the excitement of discovering foreign flavors, the courage to try something completely different. Modern authenticity eliminated the adventure, the surprise, the innocent joy of thinking frozen chow mein represented Chinese culture. The comfort food classics. American comfort food found its perfect frozen format. Familiar flavors that survived flash freezing. Home-style cooking without the home, or the style. These weren't just convenience meals. They were edible nostalgia for families who remembered better food, but couldn't make it themselves. 7. Morton Fried Chicken Dinner delivered Southern comfort at discount prices. Cost 69 cents. Sold 18 million units annually. Pressure frying technique adapted for mass frozen production. Budget-friendly alternative that made restaurant-quality fried chicken accessible to low-income families. Breading that survived freezing. Reheating. Multiple disappointments. Made fancy fried chicken available to families without cooking skills. Deep fryers, or patience for hot oil disasters. 8. Banquet Salisbury steak represented mystery meat perfection. Cheapest protein option at 59 cents per complete meal. Meat stretching technology that created steak from ground beef. Engineering marvel that fooled hungry families. Sometimes, elevated hamburger to dinner status through sauce work. Presentation magic. Made poverty look like prosperity. On aluminum trays. With compartmentalized dignity. 9. Swanson Meatloaf TV dinner brought grandmothers cooking to aluminum trays. Meatloaf slicing technology that maintained shape through freezing. Sold 12 million units annually to nostalgia-seeking families. Preserved traditional American comfort food for convenience culture. Home-style flavor without home-style effort. Childhood memories served with mystery vegetables. Brown gravy that covered everything, including disappointment. The innovation was emotional engineering, making processed food feel like love. Artificial flavors that triggered real memories. Convenience that didn't eliminate comfort, just authenticity. But authenticity fought back. Kentucky Fried Chicken franchises offered superior fresh alternatives. Health consciousness questioned what exactly constituted Salisbury steak. Working mothers discovered that real meatloaf was easier than originally believed. Real beef became affordable. Made frozen versions seem fake. Processed. Unnecessary. Homemade versions delivered actual satisfaction, not just aluminum convenience. Today's comfort food meals use grass-fed beef, organic ingredients, authentic recipes, but they lack the unpretentious satisfaction, the innocent belief that convenience could improve upon tradition. Modern comfort food emphasizes health over happiness, nutrition over nostalgia, authenticity over the simple joy of eating something familiar, even if it wasn't quite right. The seafood experiments. Frozen seafood represented the ultimate convenience challenge. Ocean flavors that survived flash freezing. Landlocked families discovering fish through aluminum trays. These weren't just protein alternatives. They were maritime adventures for people who'd never seen the ocean, until it came breaded and compartmentalized. 10. Gorton's Fish Sticks dinner dominated frozen fish market with 82% share by 1975. Friday night tradition that made fish consumption kid-friendly. Breading technique that disguised fish taste for reluctant eaters. Processed seafood introduction to landlocked American families. Rectangular fish pieces that bore no resemblance to actual fish. Convenient. Predictable. Non-threatening. Made ocean protein accessible to families who thought fish was too fishy, or scary, or complicated. 11. Mrs. Paul's fried shrimp dinner brought luxury seafood to home freezers. Premium pricing at $1.99. Attracted special occasion purchasers. Shrimp processing that maintained texture through freezing. Technical miracle that deserved engineering awards. Made fancy seafood accessible to middle-class families. Restaurant experience delivered through aluminum packaging. Luxury dining without luxury prices, or luxury effort, or luxury results. 12. Banquet fish and chips introduced British pub food to American freezers. Sold 8 million units annually during Anglophile food trend. Batter technique that survived freezing. Oven heating. Multiple disappointments. Somehow, brought international flavor through familiar format. Fish that look like fish. Chips that look like fries. British cuisine made safe for American palates. Cultural exchange through convenience. The innovation was aquatic ambition, making seafood foolproof, accessible, non-intimidating, transforming ocean mystery into aluminum certainty. But the ocean fought back. Fresh fish became available in inland grocery stores. Mercury concerns made parents cautious about processed seafood. Authentic British pubs appeared in American cities. Made frozen versions taste like cardboard. Expensive cardboard. Seafood restaurants became affordable for regular dining. Fresh shrimp quality made frozen versions seem insulting. Real fish and chips revealed how pathetic frozen alternatives were. Today's seafood meals use sustainable ingredients. Wild-caught fish. Authentic preparations. But they lack the luxury feeling. The excitement of exotic protein. The courage to try something completely unfamiliar. Modern seafood emphasizes sustainability over adventure. Authenticity over accessibility. Quality over the simple joy of eating fish without fear. The breakfast revolution. Morning meals went frozen in the 1970s. Weekend breakfast convenience that eliminated cooking chaos. Pancakes and sausage served on aluminum trays. These weren't just breakfast foods. They were time-saving miracles for families who wanted elaborate morning meals, without elaborate morning effort. 13. Swanson pancakes and sausage captured 91% of frozen breakfast market by 1976. Weekend breakfast luxury that made elaborate morning meals accessible to rushed families. Pancake freezing technology that maintained fluffiness. Somehow, against all culinary logic, cost $1.15 per family serving. Delivered restaurant-quality breakfast without morning cooking disasters. Sticky syrup packets that never opened properly. Sausage links that tasted like breakfast. If breakfast was made in a laboratory. Made fancy breakfast accessible to families without cooking skills. Timing coordination. Or patience from morning kitchen chaos. Weekend tradition that eliminated griddle disasters. 14. Aunt Jemima French toast brought sweet breakfast luxury to home freezers. Premium breakfast option at $1.29 per family serving. Custard coating that survived freezing without separation. Technical achievement that impressed food scientists. Confused breakfast traditionalists. Restaurant-quality French toast delivered through aluminum packaging. Made sophisticated breakfast accessible to everyday families. European dining without European cooking skills. Or European ingredients. Or European results. 15. Eggo waffles weren't technically dinners, but dominated frozen breakfast culture completely. Toaster convenience that eliminated waffle iron complications. Compartmentalized syrup storage that made breakfast foolproof. Revolutionary breakfast technology that changed morning routines forever. The innovation was morning liberation, making weekend breakfast achievable, accessible, foolproof. transforming elaborate morning meals into simple heating instructions. But mornings evolved. Fast food chains offered fresh breakfast alternatives. McDonald's breakfast proved that restaurant quality was achievable. Microwave cooking made pancakes rubbery, unappetizing, disappointing. Toaster ovens made fresh French toast achievable. High sugar content became a health concern for children. Home cooking seemed easier than families originally believed. Today's frozen breakfast focuses on protein bars, smoothie bowls, healthy alternatives, but lacks the indulgent sweetness, the weekend luxury feeling, the excitement of elaborate breakfast without elaborate effort. Modern breakfast emphasizes nutrition over indulgence, health over happiness, convenience over the simple joy of weekend morning excess. 16. Stouffer's lasagna brought Italian comfort food to home ovens. Premium pricing at $2.49 attracted upscale frozen dinner buyers. Layering technique that maintained structure through freezing. Multiple heating cycles. Countless disappointments. Somehow stayed together. Made complex Italian cooking accessible to non-Italian families. Restaurant experience delivered through aluminum packaging. European sophistication without European travel, or European ingredients, or European satisfaction. 17. Chef Boyardee ravioli dinner captured 78% of frozen pasta market among children. Kid-friendly Italian food that made pasta consumption non-threatening. Pasta filling technology that survived freezing processes. Cheese that stayed inside pasta pockets. Usually, introduced Italian cuisine to families through familiar format. Non-intimidating ethnic food. Made foreign flavors safe for American children. Cultural education through convenience. Compromise. Massive disappointment. The innovation was cultural translation, making Italian cuisine American-friendly. Accessible. Foolproof. Transforming complex European cooking into simple heating instructions. These pasta experiments represented culinary ambition. Americans attempting Italian sophistication. Through convenience technology, aluminum packaging, chemical preservation that maintained structure, if not flavor. But Italy fought back. Authentic Italian restaurants became neighborhood staples. Fresh pasta availability made frozen versions seem insulting. Real cheese revealed how artificial frozen alternatives were. Cooking shows taught families that pasta wasn't actually complicated. Fresh ravioli made frozen versions taste like baby food. Real lasagna exposed the cardboard reality of frozen alternatives. Italian immigrants opened restaurants that served actual Italian food, not Italian-themed convenience. Today's pasta meals use artisanal ingredients, authentic recipes, traditional techniques, but they lack mass-market appeal. The innocent excitement of discovering foreign flavors. The courage to try something completely different. Modern Italian food emphasizes authenticity over accessibility. Tradition over convenience. Quality over the simple joy of eating pasta without fear. Or knowledge. Or expectations. The specialty oddities. Some frozen dinners pushed boundaries beyond recognition. Experimental meals that tested consumer tolerance. Nutritional concepts that defied common sense. These weren't just food products. They were edible science experiments for families brave enough to try anything. Once. 18. Green giant vegetables in butter sauce promised nutrition without effort. Vegetable-focused dinner that made healthy eating convenient. Butter sauce technology that coated vegetables evenly. Made broccoli palatable to reluctant families. Somehow, health-conscious marketing captured concerned parents. Vegetable consumption made appealing through dairy enhancement. Nutrition delivered through convenience. Guilt-free eating that still felt indulgent, if you ignored the sodium content. 19. Libbyland dinners targeted children specifically. Cartoon marketing that made frozen dinners fun. Portion control sized for children's appetites. Kid-friendly flavors that eliminated adult sophistication. Made eating entertaining through packaging. Captured 45% of children's frozen dinner market. Child-focused meals that prioritized fun over nutrition. Cartoon characters that sold convenience to reluctant young eaters. Disney-approved dining delivered through aluminum trays. 20. Morton Honey Bun Breakfast represented dessert masquerading as morning meal. Sweet breakfast indulgence that eliminated guilt. Honey glaze that survived freezing. Reheating. Multiple disappointments. Somehow stayed sticky. Made dessert acceptable for breakfast consumption. Morning sugar rush delivered through convenience packaging. Parental compromise that satisfied children. Horrified nutritionists. Dental profesionals. These specialty items represented market experimentation. Testing consumer boundaries. Pushing convenience limits. Exploring what Americans would accept as dinner if it came in aluminum packaging. But specialization became liability. Nutrition awareness made processed kids' food controversial. Parents demanded healthier options for children. Fresh vegetables became available year-round. Made frozen versions unnecessary. Dessert breakfast combinations became health scandals. Sugar content that alarmed pediatricians. Butter sauce, modern specialty food, serves niche markets. Health-conscious consumers. Dietary restrictions. But misses the mass market appeal of foods that were simply weird. Wonderful. Completely unnecessary. The final freeze. The death of 1970s frozen dinner culture wasn't about taste. It was about the collapse of American optimism. The belief that technology could improve everything. Even food. Even family time. Even the ritual of gathering around meals that took all day to prepare. Frozen dinners represented space-age living. Scientific progress made edible. The promise that convenience meant better life. Not compromise. Not sacrifice. Not eating cardboard disguised as Salisbury steak. Peak frozen dinner culture sold 2.3 billion meals annually.